Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome to the second show, our TV show review for Netflix. Now, if you like what you see here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel out greatly, and I truly appreciate it. Like I said in my previous video, this week is pretty much going to be my TV show reviews, and I'm pretty much doing 3 shows from Netflix. Monday was Outer Banks. If you haven't checked it, make sure you go. I'll put up a card here. Take a look at it. But now on to our second Netflix TV show review, and that is Too Hot to Handle. Now guys, Too Hot to Handle is not really usually my thing. This really follows in the vein of The Bachelor, Love Island, Bachelorette, something or other. I'm not one of those people. I don't usually turn on to the, let's see the hot guys, hot girls in bikinis running around a beach, fornicating and whatnot. Don't get me wrong. Sounds great. I just don't need to see that on television because it just seems like it's so over the top, non-reality really. I usually go to, The Challenge, Amazing Race, Survivor. Those types are more of my reality type TV shows, and I get it. When you say reality, it's, in my mind, I already magically flip it to partly scripted. The producers are going to try to lead you into a certain viewpoint of the show. And I think, but yeah, these types of shows, Too Hot to Handle is not usually my cup of tea. The reason Too Hot to Handle, though, got me to watch all 8 episodes, and I watched all 8 episodes for you guys, was because they were going to flip the script on the cast. So they bring these, 10 contestants. I don't even know if what they were supposed to go for. They bring them to this island or this resort. They don't tell them what's going on, which I find kind of funny right off the bat, because you're signing up for a show. They got to let you know on some level what's going to happen. So, but supposedly they don't know what's going to happen. These hot guys and girls. And the show gives them 12 hours. It's like a meet and greet. They can pair up and figure out who's going to be with who and whatnot. And then Lana, the computer that has her eyes on everything, summons them all to a pavilion and lets them know that if they have sex of any kind, kissing, groping, full-on sex, blowjobs, or even self-gratification, you will be fined. Then she also goes on and says the prize pot is going to be $100,000. But she doesn't tell them how much money is going to be taken out of the account when people violate the rules. And I'm not going to spoil anything to you. I'll give you one rule, and that is the kissing one, because you find that out really early. So if you kiss, that is a $3,000 fine. $3,000 is coming out of the $100,000 pot. That is, to me, you better be worth it for $3,000. Now, for the majority of the group, which is amazing enough, the majority of the group was able to follow the rules. There's really only a handful of contestants that seem to just think with their private parts instead of their brain. And it was over and over again. It was not like, oh, I'm sorry, I kissed so-and-so, or, oh, I'm sorry, I groped so-and-so, and, slap my wrist, I'm done. They would just, it seems like they'd slap the wrist and go on and do it again. There was really only a handful of people that continuously broke the rules and took money out of everybody else's pot. And then, I don't know if it's par for the course with some of these shows like this, but I was very surprised when Lana, the AI, would summon these groups randomly back to the pavilion and then just kick off someone. She'd be like, so-and-so, you are no longer welcome here because you have not really been following the rules. And I'm not talking about, the sex rules, just like you are not trying to improve. Because supposedly the overall arch of this series is that we're taking away sex so that way you can find that deeper connection between you and your partner. We'll get more into that later. But Lana was very strict. If she thought you were negatively impacting the progress of the group to find those connections, you were gone. No ifs, ands, or buts. She would just cut you off. I don't know if that happens on other shows like this, but I was very impressed with that. And another prop to Lana. When the infractions went down, again, she calls you into the pavilion and goes, all right, so-and-so, you guys kissed. That's $3,000 coming into the pot. She didn't hide it. You went off and kissed, and you thought you weren't going to get called out. Lana made sure you get called out, and she would itemize everything you did. She would say A, B, C, D, E, and F. She'd call your ass out. Now, the one thing I will say is I hate this, that it's on Netflix, or at least this version is on Netflix. Put up there, parental guidance, language, not suitable for kids, whatever. Let me hear the uncensored words. I hate when you bleep it out and then you tell me it's worth $15,000. I can kind of infer what that was that cost $15,000. But there are sometimes some of these people did so many offenses that I had a hard time tracking what cost what. So again, if we're going to put it on Netflix where you have parental controls, and especially for a show like this, let me hear what they did. I also have to give props to Desiree Burch. She's the narrator of this show, and I thought she was funny. I don't know if she knew what Lana was going to say, or if she just was listening to Lana's tracks and was riffing off of that. But man, she had some great delivery. I loved her as a host. She made me laugh so much during some of these episodes. I was waiting to hear what she was going to do and say next. So Desiree Burch, great job. I hope to see and hear your voice more in other seasons. Now, like I said, this show is trying to take away sex so that way the contestants have a deeper connection to each other. And it's only 8 episodes for this season, 30 minutes long. But sometimes I felt like the show's producers didn't really know how they wanted this show to go or where they wanted this show to go. Because at times, there's only so much that I could see a hot body, wearing skimpy clothes, sunbathing, or them just hanging around their bungalow talking and stuff like that. The show did try to bring on these instructors of self-love and, gurus. I just call them love gurus. And it just didn't, it felt flat to me. Most of the time during those segments, I was like, okay, I get it. Maybe if I was there and in that class and participating, I'd have had a better connection to that segment. But most of the time it fell flat. I was like, you're telling me, I don't know how much time took place. And maybe that's also another thing. It's like, all we're seeing is these guys and girls hanging out. Some of them breaking the rules over and over again. Some of them not. And getting angry at the people that are breaking the rules. But it just felt like there was no overarching direction that the producers really wanted to go. They also forgot about this too. They also threw what they call grenades into these shows, where it was they'd bring in more hot bodies. They would offer, a private room, but you couldn't still touch each other. But of course, you're going to put two people that are just crazy for each other right now in a private suite for the night and not expect things to happen. The new hot bodies that they brought in, they'd come strolling up the beach and go, oh, who cares about the rules? I'm just here to have sex. And it still just felt lackluster because most of them would follow the rules, and there'd be like maybe another one that just kept breaking the rule. So it just repeated. I don't think what they wanted really came through too well. And if they do get a second season, I hope they try to bring it in more, give them more things to do, more obstacles, more challenges, give them something that's going to make or break them. Okay? It just felt flat to me a lot of the times. And though this show, at least when it came out, broke into the Netflix top 10, I think that had more to do with the COVID-19 and everybody's home and burning through a lot of Netflix content. With that being said, Shep Talk is going to give Too Hot to Handle 2 Sheps out of 5. I just don't know if if the producers or the creators knew where they wanted to go with this, or maybe they thought they knew where they wanted to go with this, and just, lost their way or couldn't figure out how to do it. But if you're a fan of Love Island and the rest of those, this is probably going to be your cup of tea. It just did not hit home for me. With that being said, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you like what you see here, please remember to hit that subscribe button. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. And if you did like this video, check out some of these videos over here. I'm sure there's going to be something in there that you will like as well. But guys, that's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.